Ever since I was young, I've been fascinated by old houses. The creaky floors, the musty smell, the way the air felt different in every room. It was all so comforting. But that changed when I moved into my new apartment, an old Victorian building that was known for its history, though not many people liked to talk about it. The first few days were uneventful. It was spacious, with beautiful wood paneling, high ceilings, and an attic that I was told was off limits. I never thought much of it until one night, as I was sitting in my living room, a soft tapping came from above me. At first, I brushed it off as nothing more than the house settling, but then it started again, and again, louder, quicker, as though something or someone was pacing back and forth in the attic. The landlord had given me a very strict warning: do not go into the attic, it's sealed off for a reason. But I couldn't help myself. The noise was too persistent. I had to see what was up there. That night, after the tapping grew unbearable, I grabbed a flashlight and headed up the stairs to the attic. The door was old and rusted, but it wasn't locked. I turned the knob, and the door creaked open, revealing nothing but darkness. The air inside was thick, colder than the rest of the house, and my breath came out in visible puffs. I stepped in cautiously, the floorboards creaking under my weight. As my flashlight beam swept across the room, I noticed something strange. There were strange symbols painted on the walls, and scattered on the floor were old, tattered photographs of people I didn't recognize. That's when I heard it, a voice. Soft at first, but growing clearer as I moved deeper into the attic. "You shouldn't have come," it whispered. I froze. It was the voice of a child. No, not a child. Something darker. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and I could feel the temperature drop. The voice continued, now coming from everywhere, as though the walls themselves were whispering. "You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have come." Suddenly I was blinded by a flash of light. I looked around frantically, my heart racing. But there was nothing there. The voice, however, didn't stop. It echoed in my mind, each word louder than the last. "Your secret will be mine." A shadow appeared before me, taking shape from the darkness. It was small at first, but then it grew, becoming taller, more solid, until it was towering over me, its face hidden in the shadows. I tried to run, but my legs felt like they were made of stone. My body froze, paralyzed by fear, unable to escape. "You came looking for answers, but all you've done is sealed your fate," the voice said, its tone shifting to something far more sinister. "Everyone who enters here must give something up, and you, my dear, have the perfect secret." I could feel something tugging at the very core of my being, something I'd kept hidden, buried for years. It was the one thing I never wanted anyone to know, the thing I thought I could forget. But it wasn't forgotten. It was alive in this house, in this attic, waiting for me. The shadow reached out, and I couldn't resist. As its cold fingers touched my skin, my secret surged to the surface, and for the first time in years, I saw it again. The betrayal, the lies, the darkness I thought I had buried. The house knew, the attic knew, and now I couldn't leave until it had what it wanted.